All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Miss Lee, your professional school counselor for 6th grade. And although we couldn't have our weekly Wednesday check-in, I decided I would record a video for you all. As you can see, this is our agenda, and just as we would if it was a live call, I'm going to conduct business accordingly. All right. So, first thing on our agenda, well, the first thing that we should definitely speak about is meeting norms. So, when we talk about norms, we're talking about expectations when we are on a Zoom call. So, one of the things I would like to let everyone know, when we do our Wednesday calls, I will record the calls. However, when I send it to the families, it won't be the visual, it'll just be the recorded information. So since the call will be recorded, or the video will be recorded, I'm gonna ask that everyone keeps themselves on mute so that it can be a clear recording, and that the most important information can be shared at the beginning of the call, so that if anyone that's listening in, they can get the information that they need, okay? And then at the very end, we'll talk about questions and any questions that you may have had moving into that particular week. So there is a function on Zoom that allows you to raise your hand. The way that you locate the raise your hand option is you will go down to where the participants button is. You'll click a button that says more, and then you will click the button that says raise hand. And what that does is it puts you into a queue so that whoever raised their hand first, second, third, it puts it in order so that I can answer the question based on the person who raised their hand first, second, third, and fourth, okay? So I want you to remember that, because you're also gonna need that in your classrooms, okay? Let's see, the next thing that was on the agenda, there's a platform that a lot of us like to use. Is called Padlet. And so what we'll try to use is Padlet for questions. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. I'm gonna share my screen with you. All right, as I share my screen. So there'll be a document such as this that'll come up. Of course, the background won't always look like this, but what it'll say is weekly check-in questions. If you have a question that can benefit the entire group, please add it here. I will address it during the next call. So the way that you would ask your question is you hit the plus at the bottom of the screen, and then it's going to label it, you know, with your name on it, and you're going to title it, okay? So I'm just going to put questions. And then I'll say, how do I log into Google Classroom? Okay. And then I'll hit the button that allows me to upload it. Oh, pardon me, not that one. Outside of the box. So you click outside of the box and the question will be there. So when I go into and I check it, I can answer your question or answer it on the next call. And what you can do is, I would like for you to make sure you look at all of the questions that are posted before you ask your question, because someone may have already asked that question, okay? Then you can also rate the questions, all right? Is it a good question? You know, has that question been answered? Whatever, okay? And then that'll also let me know how many people want to know that, or know the answer to that same question. Now, this is not for emergencies. So if you have an emergency, do not put your question on here. Do not put private information on here. This will be a document that all of us can see, okay? I'm going to test this out, see if this works. If not, I'll go back to what I used last year at the end of the school year, which was a Google form, okay? So that's Padlet. We're going to use Padlet for some of our questions, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is emailing. When you send one email, Ms. Lee sees it. When you send 3 emails or 300 emails, I see those as well. I answer the emails in the order in which they were received, okay? If you send me 1 email, that's all you need. I promise I will not miss an email, and I respond to all of my emails. I do want to let you all know that there is a 48-hour time turnaround, okay? So basically what that means is we ask that you give us at least 48 hours, which is 2 days, to respond to your email, okay? Now, 2 days, that doesn't include the weekend, all right? We don't work on the weekends, all right? I've been answering emails at night. I've been answering emails over the weekend because I do understand that there's a lot of information that you all needed, and I didn't want to make you all wait 48 hours. The reason why we ask for 48 hours is because sometimes we have to do research to either answer your question, or there may be something that you need that may not be right with us. So we have to take some time to ask, someone else, or go get the documents, whatever it is that you're requesting, to help you out with your situation. So please give us at least 48 hours. I do my best not to make you wait a whole 48 hours, but if I haven't responded to you in 2 days or 48 hours, just know that I did see your email and I'm going to get to it, okay? By this time, you should know that you have to use your Prince George's County Public School email for a lot of these functions. When you're emailing me, students, please use your Prince George's County Public School email. When you're logging into the Zoom, a lot of the Zoom meetings that are set up by your educators will not allow you to join if you're not using your Prince George's County Public School email, okay? So if you're having troubles with that, I want you to make sure you're logging in to that email. The next thing is office hours. I mentioned this just a few moments ago. So we don't work on the weekends, all right? Yes, I started answering emails over the weekend because there was a lot of information that was needed. But moving forward, I want you to know that I will not be checking my emails on the weekends. I will not be checking my emails after school hours. I have a family, and I would like to spend time with my family. I would like to eat dinner with my family. I'd like to do things with my children. So our office hours are the same hours, or pretty much the same hours as your school day, 8 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. After 3:30 p.m., I would love to close my computer and just relax, okay? Just like you would. So please respect office hour times. If you send me an email at 5 o'clock or even 10 o'clock at night, please know that I may not even be awake to respond, but I will respond as soon as I can, all right? Next thing, Google Classroom. I do want to, you know what, I forgot to stop sharing my screen, but I do want to mention with Google Classroom. So in Google Classroom, I've been asking students, please do not create threads in Google Classroom. What happens is when you create a thread, it pushes all of the information down. It pushes it down, and someone can't find it. If you know anything about me, I like to do things in an orderly fashion. When you post messages that just says hi, or random comments that I've been seeing and deleting, it pulls the messages down so students can't find them. Not only that, it starts the random chatter. Somebody may say, I don't know where something is. Okay, that's fine. Email me, okay? Or post it under another thread. Once you send me a message in these comment section, it sends me an email. And again, I'm going to check my emails in the order in which they were received. So once you send it one time, I will see it and I will respond accordingly, okay? The other thing is, a lot of people have had questions about computers, technology, things like that. So while I do a lot of things and I wear a lot of hats, there's a lot of things that I don't do. Okay, technology is one of them. I love technology. I know how to use the things that I use, but I do not know why your Zoom is not working, other than the fact that we've been having system outages, okay? So some of the issues that we're experiencing is system-wide. We have over hundreds of thousands students in Prince George's County Public School. Everyone's using Zoom. Not only that, you have people in Virginia, DC, other areas, other states that are using the same platform. And I don't think this platform was ever created to have this many people using it at one time. So the issue is not me. It's probably not your teacher's Wi-Fi or internet connection. It is the system. So I need you all to please exhibit a little bit of patience, a little bit of compassion when it comes to this process. Yes, it is very stressful for everybody. It is very frustrating when you can't log in and do your work. I'm dealing with the same thing. My computer is running slow. A lot of my programs are running slow, especially Zoom. So give it time. It's going to work itself out. We're here to support you. And we just want to make this process as easy or as fluid as possible, okay? So I want to bring your attention to a post that is called Go To. So you'll see that this post right here, I created this because a lot of people have questions about who to go to. So if you find this document, or not if, when, because it is posted in Google Classroom, it'll tell you who you need to go to. I'm not the computer person. You need to talk to Miss Pocky or Miss Brent Taylor if you're having issues with your computer. I'm not gonna go through this whole list because it is here for you, okay? But it'll tell you who you need to speak to and their email address when you have a particular issue, okay? I can guide you to that. One thing I love about teaching and learning, it's easier when you, or not even easier, when you learn the information for yourself, you tend to remember it. But when somebody just gives it to you or spoon feeds it to you, you'll easily forget. So a lot of times you'll hear me say, go back, read it, it's there. Go check, because it's there, okay? And that brings me to your class codes, your Google Class codes. That document is also in your Google Classroom. This has been updated. The most recent update is 9/1, which is September the 1st, 2020, okay? We're always in this document. We're checking to see if it's updated. If a teacher tells us something is incorrect, we're making the corrections, and then I'll make a note of the date that it was changed. But at this point, I think most people are in their classrooms, okay? Let's see, SchoolMax. Every parent should have a SchoolMax account. So SchoolMax, if you are needing a SchoolMax account, every student has a SchoolMax account, but the parents should definitely have one. The parent account is different from the student account, okay? So one of the analogies that we like to give is, would you give your child your personal bank account information? Mostly, you wouldn't, probably not, right? So you need your own SchoolMax account. A parent account contains more information than the student's account. So in the parent's account, you can actually send messages back and forth to the educator. You can receive any messages, any notes about the child. You can see their grades. You can also see when assignments are due and whether or not the student has submitted the assignments, okay? If you need an account, at the bottom of one of my emails, if you look at the very bottom, it says click here to create an account or reset your password. All you have to do is click this link here and it will provide you with the support that you need for SchoolMax. If you find that you are still having trouble with the SchoolMax account, I am the SchoolMax Family Portal Account Manager. You can send me an email with your child's first and last name, their date of birth, their student ID number, and a good email for you, which is probably email that you're sending to me, and possibly a good phone number for you. And what I'll do is I'll check the account to see if it's disabled. If it's disabled, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing I could do except for submit a help desk ticket. I'll submit the help desk ticket for you. And as soon as they get back to me and tell me that the account is ready to be set up, I'll let you know. And then you get set up the account using this link here. If it's something where you just need a password change, I can change your password for you. And then I'll give you directions on how to get into the account from there. But every parent should have a SchoolMax account. All right, so the next thing on my agenda was pretty much asking every parent to read. Please read. Asking every student to read. A lot of the information that you are requesting via email from me is already posted. However, some of the students are choosing not to read the information. And so my response is always, it's there, go back and read it. And I direct you to where it is. So we really need you all to read the information that we put out there, because it's very important for you and for your child. And we really want to make this a great year, okay? In spite of us being at home and having to learn distant and at a distance, okay? And the last thing I had on the agenda was the parent homework. I'm going to share my screen one more time. This is my last time sharing my screen. In Google Classroom, I have an assignment called parent homework, okay? Parent homework, right here. All right, so parent homework. With this particular assignment, it notifies me when someone turns it in, and when I have checked it, I will return it and say received, thank you. Or some of you have received a message that says, please click the item as marked or complete, mark as done, something like that. What's happening is sometimes people are going to the student orientation presentation and completing the survey, which is fine, it's not a problem. I just want to make sure the numbers are accurate here. Again, I like to do things in order, and I want everything to reflect the way that it needs to, okay? So once you submit it, you do not have to email me to say that my mom did it, I'm finished. You don't have to do any of that. I get a notification that says that it has been turned in. I go into the document, I make sure that I have the information that I need, and I return it to you saying that I've received it, and you'll see a grade of 100%, right? Your Reading English Language Arts educator has agreed to give you extra credit for turning this in. So I'm going to post the distance learning, slides presentation is in Google Classroom. So if your parent has not looked at the slides, please have them look at it and then complete this assignment. This assignment is for the parents, not for the student, okay? So all they will have to do is click this link right here. Once they click the link, it is a short survey, okay? A very short survey. This survey is so that we have your information. A lot of you have been receiving emails from me. I'm collecting the parents' emails. So whenever we have anything that needs to be shared, any updates, I send my parents emails so that they are all caught up with everything, okay? I also want to note that I saw a few ones on our workshop. It says, did you find the student orientation workshop useful? Somebody put 1, a couple of people, and I don't understand how y'all put 1, but that's your opinion, you know, that's your opinion. However, we're hoping that our information is useful, that the information that we share with you all can add something, some type of substance to your life, and that you will use the information that we share with you, okay? So, we appreciate your feedback. We want you to complete this information, and that's pretty much it. So typically at the end of my presentation, I would start to take questions, or I would begin to answer questions from the Padlet or the Google form in which people wrote questions on things that they needed answers to. So I'm going to attach that to this presentation, and if it's a question that can wait until next Wednesday, hopefully, I don't know when we will resume, but yeah, I think that's all that I have for you all. I really hate that I couldn't see you all's face, but I'm so glad that I had an opportunity to record a video for you all. I look forward to working with you all, and y'all have a wonderful day. I'm Ms. Lee. I love you all, and I'll talk to y'all soon.